Get the worksheet used in this lesson, as well as hundreds of others, at Mathcation.com. This video is about how to solve one-step inequalities. You can get the worksheet used in this video for free by clicking on the link in the description below. Solving inequalities is very similar to solving equations, except there are a couple extra steps and things you need to remember. Now, an equation will always have an equal sign separating two sides of the equation. Inequalities can have one of four different types of symbols. So inequalities could have a less than symbol, less than or equal to, greater than, and greater than or equal to. Now, for the most part, solving inequalities is about the same as solving equations, with one important difference. For example, in this inequality, x plus 4 is less than or equal to 4, you would still solve it the same way that you would solve a regular equation. You would try to isolate the x by getting it on one side by itself. In order to do this in this example, you have to get rid of this plus 4. So the opposite of plus 4 is to subtract 4. The 4's on this side will cancel. You're left with just x on this side. You have your less than or equal to symbol in the middle. And then 4 minus 4 is 0. So our answer is going to be x is less than or equal to 0. And then you can graph it on the number line. So we're going to put our bracket in, and then we're going to have our arrow, which is pointing in the same direction, go to the left. The biggest difference with solving inequalities from equations is that when you divide or multiply by a negative number, the sign will change. So for example, in this problem we have negative x is greater than or equal to negative 9. So in order to isolate this x, we have to make it positive. What we're going to do is we're going to divide or multiply, but in this case we're going to divide both sides by negative 1. The reason we divide by negative 1 is so that the negatives cancel and you're left with just positive x on this side. But because you divided by a negative, the symbol in the middle, the greater than or equal to symbol, will change into a less than or equal to symbol. And then negative 9 divided by negative 1 becomes positive 9. So your answer is going to be x is less than or equal to positive 9. Now when we graph this one, we go to 9 on the number line. We put in a bracket because it's equal to, and then it goes to the left because it's less than 9. Let's do a couple practice problems on our one-step inequalities worksheet. So our first problem gives us x plus 3 is less than 10. So we have to solve for x by getting x on one side of the inequality by itself. So in order to do that, I'm going to draw my line down the middle. I know that everything I do to one side of this inequality, I also have to do to the other. So the first step is, in order to get x by itself, we have to get rid of this plus 3. So we're going to subtract 3 from this side. That way they cancel. And then because we did it to this side of the inequality, we also have to do it to this side. So we do 10 minus 3 on this side. So we bring down our x, we bring down our less than symbol, which has not changed, and then we bring down 10 minus 3, which is 7. So the solution is x is less than 7. We're going to put a parenthesis on the 7, and then we're going to draw our line to the left because we know that our solution is everything that is less than 7. Number 2 on our one-step inequalities worksheet gives us 5x is greater than negative 35. So again, we have to get x by itself. So we're going to start with drawing our line. 5x is greater than negative 35. So this is like saying 5 times x. So the opposite of 5 times something is to divide by 5. So we divide this side by 5 because we want the 5's to cancel. Whatever you do to one side of the inequality, you also have to do to the other, so we also divide this side by 5. This side we have x, so the 5's are canceled, and we just have x, is greater than, and then negative 35 divided by 5 is negative 7. So now when we go to graph this, we have x is greater than negative 7, so we go to negative 7, which is right here. We draw a parenthesis, and then we draw the arrow in the direction that the sign is pointing. So greater than would be everything in this direction. The last problem we're going to complete on our one-step equalities worksheet is number 8. Number 8 gives us negative 3x is greater than 15. So we draw our line. We know that everything that we do on this side of the inequality, we also have to do to the other side. So we have negative 3x is greater than 15. This is like saying negative 3 times x. So we have to get rid of this negative 3 times x. The opposite of negative 3 times something is to divide by negative 3. So we divide by negative 3 on this side so that the 3's and the negatives cancel. Whatever you do to one side, you also have to do to the other. So we're going to divide by negative 3 on this side. We're left with x on the left on this side. And then we divide it by a negative number. So this is a negative number. So our symbol in the middle is going to change. So it goes from greater than to less than because we divided by a negative. And then 15 divided by negative 3 is negative 5. So the solution is x is less than negative 5. So we go to negative 5 on our number line. We draw a parenthesis. And then we go to the left because that's the way our symbol points. If you found this video helpful, make sure you drop a like. Subscribe to our channel or check out our website for more premium math content. Thanks for watching.